Hey Gray, I'm just going to recap the exercises we did when we met so you have a visual and kind of reference before you do this workout. Again, start with your rolling, your stretching. Remember on the foam roller, you're going to hit those calves, that piriformis or that backside hip muscle, the glutes. You want to flip over on your front side, get those hip flexors, especially that outer portion, quads, and then hit that IT band area. If you want to get on your side and get your lats, that's another good area to hit. You can get tight in there. So again, start with that. Warm-ups. I think you can remember the warm-ups we did, the lunges, the leg swings, both ways. The inchworm, walking yourself out of that plank position. If you don't have room, then you just walk your hands back up to kind of get the blood flowing before you do, again, before you do your cardio or before your strength days. You want to always get a good warm-up, stretch, warm-up. So the first exercise we did was the squat curl press. Again, we're shooting for 12 reps, a weight that we can do at least 12 times, but no more than 20. So I think we said 20-pound dumbbells. Again, that might even be too light. If that 12th rep, you're not even really fatigued, you might want to start bumping it up to maybe 25, even 30 pounds. You can always drop on your drop the weight when you get to your third set or your third round of this circuit. So again, you're going to use your bench. Got my dumbbells. I want to make sure my butt's going to find that bench, so I'll do one just to reach back. And again, the key on the squats, my feet shoulder width or slightly wider. I'm going to start that movement by dropping my butt back, not sliding into my toes. So basic, simple squat, a little bit of a forward chest lean, drawing that navel in nice and tight to help stabilize that spine. I'm sitting, trying to find that box, drive up to my heels, nice high curl, shoulder press, back down. Squat, drive up, curl, press. And I'm just tapping my butt on that bench. I'm not going to let the bench take all of my weight. I want my legs, again, have to do a lot of decelerating. Just using that box to gauge my depth so I get some consistency. Okay. Next exercise, so again, that's our squat curl press. Chest press on the stability ball to engage that core a little bit more. I think we decided you're going to get a 75 centimeter. I'm going to get my dumbbells, walk those feet out. Make sure my head and shoulders are supported on the ball. And make sure the hips are up. Yeah, that's going to mean that core is engaged. Butt is tight. Driving up. Controlling it on the way down. Driving it up. So again, 1, 2, 3 down. 1001. Pause at the bottom. 1 coming up. Okay, so we did a 3, 1, 1 count as far as the tempo. And you're going to play around with the weights. I think 20 pounds, probably 25, maybe 30 for you, as long as you get that 12th rep. Okay. From there, so that's our push, we're going to a pull. And we talked about a couple different variations of the dumbbell row, one being both feet on the ground, side by side, 2 dumbbells, pushing the hips back. I got a nice flat back, navel's in tight, and then I'm squeezing, pulling those shoulder blades together. Okay? That's one variation where I can get into more of a split stance. It's going to work that front leg a little bit more. I'm really dropping that back leg back. As you can see from the back of my head down to my heel, I'm pretty flat. Knee right over the foot, knees not out past the toes, and then I'm pulling up. You can even do that. 2 dumbbells, 6. Switch leg position, do 6. Or you can do single arm, 12 on each side. Okay? So a couple different variations. One other one that we didn't go over, this one's a little bit harder. I would get on my stability ball. For you, this one would be a little bit harder because your arms are longer than mine, so the weights might be dragging on the ground. But if you can, similar position that we're going to get into when we do our ball combo, that shoulder exercise. Wide feet, chest up, Dumbbells will be here, and then I squeeze. So again, I'm in that rigid position, so I'm not here lazy on the ball, engaging those directors, navels in tight, dumbbells out in front, chest is up, squeeze, and down. That's a hard one too. So you're gonna go play with the weight a little bit, but you're probably gonna have to go a little bit lighter than you would if you did the bilateral row or even the single arm row, because you don't have the stability of your feet grounding you, almost push off of. You're on this unstable surface. So that's another good option if you get that 75 centimeter ball. Okay. Then we went to the ball combo. I'm just going to do it with body weight. You can use your 2.5 pound plates or those little 2 pound dumbbells. Wide feet, nice and rigid on the ball. We'll get it in that Superman position. 1, pause, 2, pause. 3 is that cobra. Remember, the hands are going, palms are going back. We're not going under. We're going into external rotation, pinching the shoulder blades down and back. From here, I want to keep them up and go right to that top position. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So with or without weight, 12 times through. Watch this position as you start to get fatigued. Don't let those hands start to drop. Okay. Then we went to more of our hip dominant exercise, using the ball again. Ideally on your yoga mat. Starting in that with that 90-degree angle, heels up on the ball. First thing is I'm going to get those glutes engaged by driving those hips up. I'm going to extend out, keeping the hips up. Here's where people usually drop and they sag. Tight butt, bring it in, tap, and go. Okay? Eventually we'll progress to doing that same motion, single leg style. It's a lot harder. So for now, we'll stick with two legs on the ball. Again, starting in the 90, arms on the ground for a little bit of support. High hips, keep them up, keep them up, keep them up, and then tap. Okay? 12 reps on that one. Then we'll finish with one more leg exercise, which will be our step up. And again, we talked about 2 different options. Going up, planting that leg, driving through the heel, coming all the way back down, 12 on each leg, or keeping that leg up on top, pushing up, controlling it on the way down, pushing up, controlling on the way down. Again, trying to do all the work as much as I can through that top leg. The step ups, I'm going to get that heart rate up too. So thus, that's your circuit, 3 times through, as little rest as possible between exercises, minute 30 to 2 minute rest between rounds. So again, 3 rounds, okay? 3 times a week. If you want to add a 4th, you can. We're not going super heavy. We're going about 75%, 75% of your max, 1 rep on each exercise. So again, we're going to progress to heavier weights, but right now, building that core foundation, some stabilization, and then we'll kind of progress in the next phase. So we want to kind of stick with this for the next 4 weeks. Really, that consistency of lifting 3 to 4 times a week, you're going to feel the difference. I know you've been doing some lifting now, but now that we kind of got you on more program, you're going to get these movement patterns down, getting you on the unstable surface of the stability ball, getting your legs going. Okay, so really keep focusing on stretching too. Cardio, you're just getting back into the running. Don't overdo it. We're gonna, that thing long term, it's gonna get harder. It's gonna get a little bit longer at some point. I know time constraints for you are a concern, so we're always gonna try to keep everything within an hour to 45-minute range. But the intensity can increase and the duration of the workouts doesn't necessarily have to. So it'll get harder, so right now just think of this as your foundation building and just be consistent. Keep that nutrition in mind at all times. Stay hydrated and just keep at it. So if you have any questions, email me. We'll try to get you back in here. But, okay. Thanks again for coming in, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Greg.